Taurus, Elsie here to do a reading for you for the week ahead, my friends. It is Monday. It is welcome to Earth Day, right? Taurus, how are you? Thank you so much for clicking here. I do appreciate you. My bull gang, I thank you for all the ways that you've been loving on this channel. You are so loyal and kind. Thank you so much for being in the comments. I do appreciate you. I'm here to do two hands. So last week we did oracles and tarot. This week we're just going to do tarot. We're going to do two hands. I'm going to start with this deck, but then I'm going to move to a second deck and we'll find out what's going on with that deck. And hopefully these two readings will be separate from each other. However, sometimes it's the end of one and it just continues on the second hand. So take it as it resonates for you, all of it. This is a general reading. Please keep that in mind. Taurus, if you're interested in a private read, you know what to do. Look at the pinned comment at the top of the comments. You'll see whatever you need to see there. 10% off all of my private reads until the end of the month. Tell me what's coming up for Taurus. Tell me about Taurus, please. What do I need to know about the collective bull gang? Tell me about Taurus, please. Taurus, we start you off with the 9 of Wands. I want to say something is right around the corner. I feel like you've been, excuse me, I want to say that you've been waiting for something. And I want to say that you've been at this alone. The 9s are always about doing it on your own, doing it by yourself. Nobody's helping you. I feel like you're carrying all these burdens by yourself. I want to say somebody, like you feel abandoned, I want to say. It feels like, they just left me here. They just left me here to do it by myself. And I think that the reason I'm mentioning that, Taurus, is because you're the overgiver. You're the one who's always there for everybody, doing everything, giving what you can, always being where everybody needs you. And then they just left you. They left you alone to deal with it on your own. What are you dealing with, Taurus? Because whatever it is, it's heavy. It feels like with the 9 of Wands, you're the wounded warrior. I want to say that the wounded warrior is looking to the past, right? Wounded warrior is looking back there. That you've come through all of this and you're still standing, Taurus. You've come through all of it and you've fought it all on your own. All of these, oh, demons, yeah. That's what I'm thinking of. I'm hearing that's where my demons hide. That's when you look into my eyes. That's where my demons hide. That's where my demons hide. That's Imagine Dragons. It feels like I want to say that people don't understand how much you've been through. I want to say you're resilient, my friend, and whatever it is, the hard, tough cycle that you've been going through, Taurus, I think it's about to come to an end. Because the 9 is, all we need is one wand in order to end the cycle here, right? We do have the 6 of Cups. Yeah, I'm going to say like you have all these people who claim to love you, people who claim to be your friends, people who are maybe, soulmate friends, right? People like your bestie or your family or the people that you know. They all claim to be your friends, but where are they when you need them? There's crickets is what's going on here. It feels like this energy of the 6 of Cups is like you have a long history of trauma. And when you need people, it seems like they're not there for you here. So you built it yourself. That's what you do. Taurus, you're the kind of person that's like, fine, you want to help me bring the washing and the dryer up to into my suite or into my house? I'll do it my damn self, whatever. I feel like that's what you did. I feel like you decided, you know what then? I'm just going to go on my own path. I'm going to make my own way and do my own thing. And you became the Empress. Look at you. Whatever it is, you mastered it. Whatever it is you learned, you chose to instead of taking this pain and letting it run your life, letting it run you into the ditch, Taurus, I feel like you took this pain and you alchemized it into the Empress energy. You learned lessons. You started learning about the queens. What does it mean to be the Queen of Wands? What does it mean to be the Queen of Cups? I think that you leveled yourself up, Taurus. And I honestly think that wasn't your intention. I don't think it was your intention. I feel like you come from a lot of hardship, trauma. You're forged through fire, right? Who is the Queen of Wands, who is part of the Empress energy for sure. But I feel like, all these people, it's like you've had trauma since the beginning of time. I want to say you're a person who's been carrying generational trauma. Like it's trauma your parents had that was placed on you and their parents placed it on them and so on, right? It feels like it's generational here. That you're the one who's been dealing with the generational trauma. And then one day you decided, that's it. The buck stops here. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to make a new day. I'm going to invest in myself. I'm going to make an investment in myself or I'm going to begin brand new, start a business, whatever it is that you did. But whatever you did leveled you up to the Empress energy here. Bravo to you. Bravo to you. Tell me why the Empress is here. We do have the Nine of Wands, but look, I feel like it wasn't until you became the Empress that you actually had the understanding that you were carrying these burdens. And once you noticed them, once your third eye opened and you could see it, once you acknowledged it and noticed it, I feel like you dropped the burdens. So I feel like you've come a long way, baby. I want to say you've come a long way. You've taken all the punches, all the hits, you've taken them in stride, and you used that energy to alchemize yourself. You used that energy to re-up into the Ace of Pentacles and the Empress. You became the creator, and you became the creator of your own life, and I think it's rather beautiful here. What else do we need to know about Taurus, please? We do have the Two of Cups. Why do we have the Two of Cups here? Two of Cups and the Death card. That's interesting energy. Transformational love. What's this? The Hanged Man. I feel like you stopped looking outside yourself, Taurus. You stopped looking outside yourself, and there's so many people, I see it in the comments sometimes, I hear it from people in my life, their only focus is to find a person. Only focus. And that's because they think that something outside of them, Taurus, is going to make them feel whole inside. But I think you found the secret. Taurus, I think that the secret that you found is that you can get perspective from the outside, right? The Hanged Man energy, but ultimately it's you that must sacrifice. Ultimately, it's you that has to make the sacrifice in order to make the change. And I think the change in the Two of Cups is that you began to love yourself. I feel like you stopped looking outside of you for validation, for someone to come save you, for someone to make you feel better about yourself by whatever it is, buying you things, being your person, whatever it is. I feel like you stopped doing that because you became a whole person in the Empress energy. And I think that you did it quite by accident. I don't think that you meant to do it, but I think that once you got on a roll and took control of your life with the Ace of Pentacles and decided, I'm going to decide what goes on in my life from here forward, I feel like this Hanged Man energy, it tells me that what transformed you is actually being by yourself, being alone, listening to your intuition, being in a quiet space without other people to bother you. And although I think at the time you felt it was a hindrance, or you felt that people had abandoned you, these people who claimed to have love for you or claimed to know you since the beginning of time, I feel like that you finally get to this place of the Hanged Man energy where you realize that it's actually sacrifice. Sacrifice is what made you the Empress. And I feel like that's the transformational moment, that the meaning of love, the meaning of the Two of Cups is many things, by the way. It's not just about two people coming together in love. It's also a new course of action, right? It's also knowing that you don't have to be in a relationship in order to be the Empress. In fact, it's quite the opposite. People who are usually bossed up in their life don't really need a partner. They get to a place in the Empress energy where maybe they want it, but it's not necessarily a need anymore. It's the difference between being alone and loneliness. I think you're being alone, and I think it's your choice at this point. Tell me more about the Hanged Man. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you decide to really focus on this. I want to say the Queen of Pentacles is looking back here. And I want to say that it's whatever happened in the past to you, Taurus, that actually brought you to this place of stability, the place where you are thriving. You're not only surviving, you're thriving. And I feel like the Queen of Coins is looking back into the past and saying, I used to think that this Two of Cups meant that I needed another person in my life in order to be whole, or in order to be happy, or in order to get whatever I felt like I could get. I couldn't get it without having someone in my life. I think the transformation came, and once you did the sacrificing, and once you did the sacrificing and the surrender, the universe came back with, look, you can do it on your own. You always could. You are the Queen of Pentacles, because the universe knows that when they bless you, Taurus, when they bless you, you're going to bless others. I was watching a documentary the other day, Taurus, and it was about very, very tiny indigenous villages in Africa. And these small villages, these people in the small villages could apply to the banks and get microloans. And the microloans were actually only given to the feminines. They were only given to the women, because the micro loan, although it was small, would allow them to buy a goat, to make cheese, to sell, to make money for their families, right? But also the banks knew that when they give it to a woman, the woman will benefit everyone in the village. She will share, she will feed her family. If she has additional, she'll feed everybody else. And so it wasn't very often that they would give a loan to a man, because they knew that the men could be selfish and the men would take it for themselves and do whatever they wanted for themselves. So I want to say with this Queen of Pentacles that the universe is blessing you, Taurus, because the universe knows that you're abundant. No matter how much, how little, or how much you have, you're always going to share it with somebody else, because you are the over-giver. We do have the Knight of Wands. Why is this? The Knight of Wands brings up the Four of Swords, the Emperor, and the Page of Coins. Look, Taurus, I feel like there is a new opportunity that's arriving, and I think it's arriving with an Emperor. And the Four of Swords tells me that it's almost like the calm before the storm, I want to say. So I also feel like with the Four of Swords here, you can see that there's 3 swords here, and then we have 1 sword under this person here. I feel like this person is healing. I want to say that person is you, because we never stop healing. You don't just stop when you get to the Empress level and you think you're at the top level and you stop healing. It's not the way it goes, right? You know that. I know that. So the Four of Swords, I feel, is telling me that there's a new opportunity here that's coming in with the Emperor, but I feel like you have been healing from the Emperor, I want to say. This person is a person who's possibly in Aries, but look, the Queen is Libra and Taurus, and the Emperor is Aries. But, you know, when these two are in the room, so are all the kings and the queens, right? So I feel like there is an opportunity coming with this Emperor, and I feel like it's necessary that you heal before the Emperor arrives. Why is that? And I feel like it's coming quickly because the Knight of Wands is here. And so these burdens that you're carrying, part of them might be because the Emperor and the Three of Swords. Tell me what is going on here. Give me more information. There's an opportunity. What's the opportunity that's coming in with the Emperor, please? The opportunity we have is temperance. So the Emperor is coming in right on time. Everything's right on time, Taurus. You're on the path you're supposed to be on. You are right on time with everything here. We have justice in the reverse. Why do we have justice in the reverse? We have the Six of Wands. Oh, Taurus. This is very interesting. I feel like that there was probably some heat between you, and I don't mean the good kind, I mean like arguments. Arguments, maybe disagreements, or maybe you two just parted. And I don't feel that you were emperors and empresses the last time that you saw each other. I feel like the Emperor is in the future. I feel like the Emperor will be showing up in divine timing here, with temperance showing here. I feel like the Emperor is right now in the sense of going back and forth and back and forth. Should I really open this can of worms? Should I speak with the Empress? I feel like what's between you and the Emperor is the 10 Wands. I feel like there's a lot of heavy, unresolved kind of trauma, maybe. Maybe trauma is a tough word, but maybe there's issues between you two that have caused trauma for both of you, or maybe both of you are carrying trauma from other things and not each other. But the interesting thing about this here, it tells me that divine timing is here, and in a place where you didn't get justice before, Taurus, you will now get victory. There's going to be victory in some sort of opportunity that this Emperor is going to offer you. Tell me what the Emperor is offering as an opportunity, please. Conversation. I feel like this Emperor wants to come in and talk about whatever it is that caused the Three Swords, caused you to go into healing. So there is going to be some sort of reunion. I feel like the Emperor is going to want to speak with you. And I want to say that you want to see the Emperor. The Three of Cups wouldn't show up if this was a bad situation. If this was a bad situation, it would not show up as the Three of Cups. It's a celebration, an excitement. Let's go out for dinner. Let's see each other. It's a reunion. And it's a reunion for the purpose of conversation. We're going to be very, very honest, truthful, assertive about feelings. We're going to be talking about feelings. So tell me what happens here. What's the outcome here? I feel like somebody has the big dog on the approach. That's what it feels like here. Tell me what the outcome is here for Taurus, please. Taurus, I feel like you've been through a whole lifetime, maybe many in your life here on Earth. And it feels like you have you've resolved a lot of things in your life. And so the Emperor coming in is a representation of how hard you've worked on you. Because you're calling in an Emperor, that means you have to be the Empress. We do have the Seven of Swords in the reverse. We have the Eight of Cups in the reverse and the Three of Swords. This is pretty wild. So Taurus, I feel like this person, the Emperor, never stopped holding on to you. And I think that they are bringing good news with them, with the Page of Cups. And this is really interesting because the Seven of Swords is in the reverse. The Five of Cups is in the reverse. Is that the five? No, sorry, the Eight of Cups is in the reverse. And then the Three of Swords is in the upright, which means somebody's coming in to finally tell the truth. They're going to be very honest about their feelings, Taurus. And somebody is on their way back. This is the boomerang for me. The Eight of Cups in the reverse says they went out there to find out what they were trying to replace you or trying to find other people, Taurus. And other people didn't cut it. And we do have the Three of Swords. So I feel like they were running from you because this is what will happen. Whether you're feminine or masculine, if you have a person in your life and you feel like you can't reach to their level, you feel like they're too good for you or you're reaching too high or whatever it is, that person will usually run off and find somebody that they feel that they are in a better position in life than. And I feel like the fact that you leveled up maybe was an intimidation for this person. If they weren't yet the Emperor, they may have run off to find somebody that they felt was more simplified. Somebody who didn't have, the bossed up energies, the being alone. I can take care of myself. I got my money. I got my house. They were looking for someone they could take care of. I feel like this person didn't find what they wanted out there. And now they're on their way back to tell you the truth about their feelings. All right. So we got Cancer, Leo. We've got Libra. We've got Sagittarius energy. We've got Aries. We've got more Libra energy. We've got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Scorpio, Taurus, and Libra energy. And we've got Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius energy. Very interesting, Taurus. Let's get the second hand for Taurus. Tell me what else is coming up here for Taurus, please, in the week ahead. Taurus, you know my readings are always for the week ahead, right? Whether you find them today, tomorrow, or next year. I do not have dates or times on my readings. I am throwing these cards today, but this could resonate at another time for you. It is a general reading after all. Tell me what else is coming up for Taurus, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What else does Taurus need to know, please? Taurus, what? Okay, so we've got the World card, and we have the Lovers. It feels like there is an accomplishment that's coming up here, Taurus. It feels like there's a milestone with somebody that you would consider a deep soul connection. Somebody who you would choose, Taurus. Somebody who you would choose to be in your life. I feel like an old chapter is closing between the two of you. The World card to me is like something has come full circle. So I want to say that somebody is like it does feel like a full circle moment. It's like this is where we started and this is where we come back to. It's like that. That's what it feels like here. This person could be a Gemini, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, possibly. We do have the Ten of Wands. Why is that? We do have the Queen of Swords. So again, it sounds like a little bit of a repeat of the last hand. So I want to say with the Ten of Swords, particularly in this depiction, you can see that there are two swords that are ready to hit the ground. So I want to say that this is right around the corner. It feels like I want you to prepare for Eight of Wands, right? So we have the two here, right? If we take the two away, we've got the eight, right? So I feel like I'm telling you to prepare for some sort of communication that's coming in. Somebody is going to be very honest with you, Taurus. And for some of you, it could be in the week ahead. It is because an old chapter is closed. Now, I don't think that this person has closed a chapter with someone else. I feel like this person, Taurus, is coming in to bring things full circle. It's like we started here and now we're coming back to here. This is a milestone. It feels like we have to close an old chapter of where we were in order to move forward. And in order to move forward, we need to drop the burdens and talk about them. So I feel like the two wands that are sort of being ready to be dropping out of the hand of this person here tells me that you need to prepare because it feels like it's right around the corner. There it is. So when I see the Six of Wands, to me, it's like somebody is ready to step over the finish line. This person has come from a really hard life, a hard place, maybe some trauma. This is the Six of Wands. This person it's like a miracle that they're showing up. It's a total miracle because this person has been to war. They're coming back from the war. They've actually they've actually stayed alive through an entire war, and now people are cheering them on, bringing them back. When they're coming back into town, everybody's happy to see them. So I want to say that there is some sort of an exciting exciting time coming up for you here. It feels like somebody's coming back to town. It could be literal for some of you. Somebody's coming back to your hometown that you haven't seen for a while. But for some of you, it's metaphorical. I feel like this person is somebody who is, you know, this person's on the white horse, right? It feels like somebody's coming in on the white horse for you here. Now, this is the victory wreath, but what I do know, because I'm a medieval nerd, and I've told you that before, is that this person is also wearing a wreath around their head. They do have the victory wreath here, and victory wreath is hanging on the Ace of Wands, which means they're having victory in this new path, right? But this person has a wreath on their head, and this also is a wreath. And what I do know about the medieval times is that, you know, the matriarch, the mother of the family, would make 2 wreaths, and the masculine would go give the wreath to the person they were betrothed to. So it almost feels like somebody here is looking for something more than a friendship. It feels like somebody is coming back to town and thinking, you know what, I've been through a lot. I almost got killed a few times. I've been through a lot, and it's time for me to find a mate. I just want to settle down and have my life with somebody. So I do feel somebody's coming in with intentions. I do feel that they're about to give you a lot of attention, I'm going to say. I also feel like this person's really good looking. Like maybe they have a standard good looking. Do you know what I mean? The one that society says is good looking. So maybe a symmetrical face, maybe tall, dark, and handsome, or beautiful, you know, picturesque. And we've got the queen who's quite beautiful, right? Quite picturesque, right? And then we do have the masculine that is, you know, quite handsome. So I feel like this person is somebody who gets a lot of attention, but they don't care. As they ride through town, they don't care. They don't care that people are cheering them on. I think they're heading straight for you. We do have the Page of Pentacles. Again, there's that Page of Pentacles from the last hand. Page of Pentacles is somebody wants to see you face to face. Why is the Eight of Swords here? We do have the Knight of Pentacles, because somebody's been up in their head. So if there's been delays, Taurus, and you're like, where's mine? Where's mine? Right? I do see some of you, right, in the comments. And that's because, honestly, because this can't resonate with everybody, and we're all on different timelines. Look, the people who are getting their people coming in right now are the people who did all the work. Some of you and some of us haven't yet done the work that we need to do in order to bring our person in. And we're still calling in people who are kind of crashing and burning us because our vibration level isn't where it's supposed to be just yet. And that's not to say anything bad about you. It's just wisdom. It's wisdom. It's time in. It's learning lessons. It's third eye opening. And I think that some of you have been waiting a really, really long time. And it's just because we get lessons and we see the lessons. And once we see them and we stop things in their tracks, then we can go a different direction. So I think for someone here, and it might be this person on the high horse here, that maybe a little bit of ego got in the way, and that's what the delay was. But I feel like the opportunity is still there. I feel like they never stopped wanting to give you this opportunity. Now, I feel like with the moon here is that things are not as they seem, but it's coming up right next to the Knight of Pentacles, which tells me that in 3D terms, like in this life, y'all, it's so long. Like we feel like we're waiting forever, but it's really just a blip on the radar. Our lifetime is so short, and it's like we feel like we've been waiting forever because everything is completely slowed down in the 3D, right? Where the Knight of Pentacles lives. We're going over details, making sure we're going slow, making sure everything's going to work out. But I think that that's the delay that you couldn't see, is that it was just simply because we had to work things out, all the details. We had to work all the details out. And somebody was in their head, not being able to, feeling like their hands were tied or that they couldn't see their way through. And I feel like somebody now is finally brave enough to walk through the moon energy, to walk through the dark or hit rock bottom possibly. Tell me about the moon energy. We do have the Ace of Swords. Somebody is going to tell you something. What you don't see is that there's clarity coming, brand new conversation. Somebody here, I feel, had you blocked or you had them blocked, or maybe it was just a block in communication, but this person is now back and they're going to get the victory. And they've decided that it's time to have a conversation. What is this conversation about? What is the conversation about, please? I feel like it's the Queen of Swords, which I feel like in this reading, that's probably your energy is the Queen of Swords. And your person, I think, is probably either a Gemini or a Leo, possibly, maybe a Virgo. Queen of Wands. Why do we have the Queen of Wands here? Strength card. And the Seven of Wands. Guess what? I think, Taurus, when this person shows up, they're actually in a relationship. It feels like they're in a relationship. The Queen of Wands to me is the other woman or the other person, feminine or masculine, right? The Queen of Wands is here. Someone who is really attractive, somebody who is attracting other people. We do have the Strength card here, and I want to say be courageous, because I feel like this person is coming in to talk to you. There is a conversation that they want to have, but their boundaries are up, because I feel like they might be in a relationship already. Tell me about the Ace of Swords, please. You don't see this conversation coming because maybe you heard through friends that this person was with another person. So we do have the King of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. So I want to say that you know that this person is already supporting someone else. Like the King of Pentacles is the one who's settling down. So I feel like you've heard through other people that this person has another person who I think is the Queen of Wands. And the King of Pentacles is the one who's already settled down. But I feel like it's weird because the Five of Wands is here. It's like the King of Pentacles is holding back. This person's holding back because they think that there's competition for your attention, right? The Six of Pentacles is here. It's like this person wants to pour into you, but doesn't know if you want to pour back. Also, I feel like this person feels almost like they have to beg for your attention. We have the the Page of Swords and the King of Swords. They're coming in to talk to you. I feel like they're coming in, they're showing up as the King of Swords because they have something very specific to say to you, and they want to be able to have a clear conversation, head over heart. They know you'll do the same thing. If you're wondering if somebody's watching you, I think that they are, Taurus. I think this person is watching you, and they're watching you because they want to have a conversation. I also want to say that this person had a new opportunity, and they have been moving really slow because of something that caught their eye in this new opportunity. Caught their eye, I don't know. It's like a new opportunity was offered to them, so they took it and they went with it. But now they're in the Eight of Swords. It feels like they're not necessarily, I wouldn't say they're overly happy where they are. We could be talking about the Emperor. To me, that's the future energy. We do have the Tower with the King of Wands and the Six of Cups. This is somebody you already know, Taurus. This is somebody that you already know. This is somebody who's showing up looking really good. Look, this is a soulmate. There's no way about it. We've got the King and the Queen of Swords. We've got the King and the Queen of Fire. We have Fire and Swords, all masculine energy. Be careful with this conversation. It could go a little bit off the rails. This person, I feel, is somebody who is looking for a new path of happiness. Like I said, I don't think that they're necessarily very happy with the situation that they're in, but they are keeping their boundaries up here. Tell me what is the outcome here. Tell me why this person's coming in. What's the whole point? Tell me about this. We have the Nine of Swords, we have the Emperor, they both came back out, and then we have the Five of Swords, because they feel that there's something unfinished with you. It feels like you had either tense words or an argument, some sort of argument or fight, or maybe a conflict, and this person has not stopped thinking about it. They've not stopped thinking about it. We do know now that your person is the Emperor, and that's why the Kings are here. And I feel like this person is coming in to take charge of the situation because I feel like they're trying to release themselves, actually. So I don't feel like they're coming in for a romantic reason. I feel like they are coming in to speak with you because they feel terrible about the way the cycle ended with you two, or the way the cycle is still left open, because we aren't at the end of the cycle. We're at the Nine of Swords, which means that this person has now noticed their patterns of the way they speak to people, how rude they can be, how very dismissive they can be. King of Swords. And we have the Ace of Cups, but guess what? Somebody's got wish fulfillment on their mind, and it is the Ace of Cups. And I feel like they're coming in like it's going to feel like business. This person's coming in like, I've got to shut this door. I've got this other person in my life, and I've got to shut the door with you. I feel like that's their intention when they come in, is to say sorry. Whatever happened, they were sorry ghosting you or going silent or not speaking with you. But I feel like that's not how it ends up being. Because I feel as though the Ace of Cups and the Star here tells me that this person coming in really has wish fulfillment to be with you. But I do feel you're going to hear from them. I feel like it's going to come in with a Tower. I feel like this person is having a realization. You know, we've got the King of Wands here, but I really do feel it's the Emperor we're talking about. But the King of Wands is telling me that they have this realization from the universe. The universe is indicating to them it's time to go, because the King doesn't do anything without inspiration, right? They need to be inspired to go. So I feel like this person is the Tower is telling them it's time to come see you. I feel like you are going to get a communication next week, and this person is coming in to heal things for sure. But I think that what you don't see is that they are still very much in love with you, and they're hoping that you feel the same. The thing is this, what complicates it is I do feel that they're already in a relationship with somebody, giving reciprocal energy to someone else. And although it doesn't feel like they're coming in to like try and coerce you into anything, I don't, like the Emperor wouldn't do that, right? The Emperor is somebody who's kind of noble, especially when all the kings are in the upright. The Emperor is noble. They're not going to try and talk you into some sort of affair. That's not what they want. I feel like they really want to come in and say sorry and close the door with you, but that's not how it ends up. They realize when they see you face to face that they actually still have a lot of love for you. I'm just going to leave it right there, Taurus. I hope you are well. I'm going to go for now. I'll be back because I'm always back. Love you guys, and bye.